Honda beefs up its ADV model family with the new 2023 ADV350 adventure scooter. Dual-surface hoops, stiffer underpinnings than its smaller siblings, and long-stroke suspension join with a Euro 5A2 compliant engine for the base platform. Ride-quality electronics and safety gear also comes with the stock equipment package to cover the basics, and the factory has a line of accessories that let you further set up for your own personal needs. Here it is, folks, the real star of the show, Honda's 330 cubic centimeters enhanced Smart Power Plus that delivers the goods with 21.5 kilowatts, 28.8 horsepower at 7,500 RPM and 31.5 Newton meters, 23.2 pound-feet of torque that comes on fully at 5,250 RPM. And the delivery is quite smooth with very little engine vibration, making it back to the pilot due to the balancer shaft that tames that single-cylinder buzz to better than tolerable levels. A single overhead cam times the 4-valve head that in turn is fed by a voluminous 5.5-liter airbox and 36mm throttle body through 28mm intake poppets. The 77mm bore and 70.7mm stroke give it a medium spicy compression ratio of 10.5 to 1 along with the 330 cubic centimeters displacement, so you'll want to feed it mid-grade fuel, I reckon. Pumping losses and rotational drag were reduced through the use of a scavenger oil pump that keeps the lifeblood from pooling in the sealed cases. Friction is further reduced through a 5mm offset in the cylinder. Honda chucked on its selectable torque control with its traction control function to round out the electronics. Power flows through a centrifugal clutch for convenience at stops, then a CVT-style gearbox that delivers the seamless twist-and-go operation that scooter riders expect without the extra weight associated with the DCT automatic tranny that Honda has already sitting on the shelf. In a review of the ADV350 by MCN, the CVT is far smoother than the jerky DCT on the XADV. Honda borrowed from its own street-tastic Forza line and adventuresome XADV models for this ADV350 project, and why not, since both enjoy a measure of success in their respective categories. Blocky bodywork gives it a bit of a chunky look that is edgy and confidence-inspiring on both turf and tarmac. The molded front fender copies a look that's more commonly associated with sport bikes, but it isn't all about aesthetics. It throws the incoming air outboard into something approaching laminar flow with the sides and protects the swept area of the inverted fork tube. Angry Alien LED headlights join with LED blinkers to ensure good, two-way visibility up front, day or night. Up top is a clear screen that sorta sports a rally look due to its narrow build, and it comes with a 4-position height adjuster that unfortunately takes both hands to manipulate, so you can't do it while underway. However, the glass is well vented for a nice smooth transition from the pocket to the slipstream and a much reduced head buffet effect for effortless cruising. Behind the screen, a negative bias LCD display delivers high-vis metrics with a dark background behind a light-colored font and manages the nifty Honda smartphone voice control system that links to your device for hands-free phone calls and music control. Don't worry about running your battery down. The 2.5-liter glove compartment also houses a USB-C power source to keep you rocking. A smart key feature lets you leave the key in your pocket while the actual ignition switch is finger-actuated and will work with gloved hands, within reason. Speaking of hands, stock handguards protect your hamburger shovels from bug strikes and wind, and it pairs well with the accessory heated grips for you intrepid cold-weather riders. As is typical of the ADV line of scooters, the step-through is rather shallow by scooter standards, but still deep enough that it's well below the saddle height that rests at 795mm, 31.3 inches, off the deck. Wide bars join with the seat and footboards to form a relaxed rider's triangle, plus the foot area provides a few different positions for the pilot's feet so you can shift about some as comfort demands. Naturally, there's a large, 48-liter storage compartment below the seat that the factory claims will hold 2 full-face helmets. That may be true with compact brain buckets, but I doubt you'd be able to cram in a pair of modular monstrosities. A pillion pad grows out the back of the molded bucket seat with a pair of flip-out foot pegs that are housed in recesses when stowed for an overall clean solo look. LED lights complete the illumination out back in the tip-tail tail light and mudguard and plate holder assembly to complete the gear in the rear. The emergency stop signal flashes the rear blinkers upon aggressive braking actions to better inform the following traffic and keep you safer. Tubular steel members on the Honda ADV350 lend the main frame its strength, but also are responsible for some of the step-through obstruction. It's a worthwhile trade-off since this machine is built with actual off-road use in mind as a secondary capability to the street smarts, so it needs some extra buttressing to take the strain. Out back we find the usual swing mount drive system that runs with the engine on the left side, the exhaust on the right side along with an aluminum swing arm half that completes the yoke. Twin piggyback Showa shocks float the rear end on AAA, coil-over springs that deliver 130mm 5.11 inches of travel, while up front, beefy 37mm Showa forks mark an improvement over its smaller siblings and similar scooter lines with 125mm 4.92 inches of travel. That's plenty for urban, country, and off-road work, though it's a tad hefty at 186 kilograms 410 pounds wet for serious rough terrain service. Cast wheels mount tubeless Metzeler Carew Street tires in a 120x70 R15 with a block pattern tread that takes bumpy terrain well, followed by a 140x70 R14 with a speed rating that'll tolerate the 90 miles per hour top speed. A two-piston Nissan Anchor bites a single 256mm disc up front with a single pot caliper and 240mm disc taking care of business out back. And here we find the first of the safety fandanglery in the two-channel ABS system that'll keep you from overbraking and losing traction if you squeeze the levers a little too hard. As for the Honda ADV350 price, the adventure scooter made its MY22 debut with a 5,699 pound sticker, which works out to $6,440 at the current conversion rates. Stay tuned and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more motorcycle news and reviews.